Greetings, everyone. Greetings and gratitude for anyone that is going to see this video, and hopefully you will share this video, because everything that they don't always tell you everything that you really need to know as a consumer, customer, as a human being on your local news, or there may be something on your local news, but they might not tell you on a wider scale. I purchased these juices here. There is Welch's, there is Ocean Spray, there is Mott's, and there is a Vital Water here. I'm going to try to keep this brief and to the point, because you must share the video. It's not for nothing other than to inform you of what the hell is going on. I just got off the phone with Welch's, and I was on there with them for about 23 minutes. But before I got on the phone with them, I looked into the information to see, because I have been sick, like violently sick, for about 7.5 days. 7.5, like I didn't want to answer the phone when anybody called. I literally, on everything I love, I thought I was going to die. I cannot make this shit up. I thought I was going to literally die. I didn't understand why I didn't feel good. I don't get food delivered to my home. Like, I don't let people prepare food for me. I do it the best that I can in the comfort of my own home. Okay, next, I didn't understand. So for about 7.5 days, I was only able to drink just water, just ice water. That's it, just bottled water. That's it, over ice. So about the 8th day, I was hungry. I cannot emphasize to you how hungry I was. I mean, I hadn't eaten anything, and I was hungry. I tried to eat, but I couldn't eat. If I ate something, my stomach was just more upset. I'm more pissed off now after hearing what this lady had to say at Welch's. It's not her fault per se, but I could not work for any company that I got to deliver a bullshit message to whoever calls. I know that's their protocol, but it's just complete bullshit. She told me, you can call yourself and just tell her exactly, or tell whoever answers the phone. I will put the number in the comment section if you want to call, and you could just tell them, hey, yeah, I bought this Welch's 100% grape juice, and I've been feeling sick, and blah blah blah. Just tell them what I'm just, And then before you do that, Google the class action lawsuit. This is never about the money for me. Never about the money. It's about people need to know what the fuck that these companies are allowing to happen. And she says, oh no, that wasn't our well, it was our company, but it wasn't our company. It's not our juice. It's normal. It's in everything. It's in the air that we breathe. And the information, then she said, all the juices and all the waters and all this has lead in it and arsenic. And I said, excuse me, I'm sorry, what? And she said, well, it's from the earth. It's natural. I don't drink poison. I'm so sorry. I don't drink stuff. When I opened the bottle, I'm pissed off because of what she said. I know she's only reading from a script. That's what she's trained to do. Okay. So on that 8th day, when I decided to try to sip on some juice, I normally pour it over ice. And put it in my Yeti bottle or something like that, because it'll stay cold. That's why I didn't notice it. Because I was just sipping it, like just a tiny sip, just enough to, just wet your mouth a little bit. And I didn't notice it because I was taking it in small increments. That's why I didn't notice it. And I don't drink this juice every day. I kind of alternate between, whatever I have, whether it's the Vital Water, the cranberry juice, the apple juice. Well, anyways, that on the 8th day, I remember opening up the bottle. This isn't the bottle because clearly I drank this, but I still have the bottle. I was going to pour it out, and I should have brought it for this video, but I'm just going to take a picture because I was going to throw it out today. But that on the 8th day, when I cracked it open, it was like the middle of the night, but I cracked it open. I took a sip of it. Like right here, it's a lot code here and the expiration date, and you could clearly see this doesn't expire until April 16th, 2024, right there. I probably took when I opened it, I probably took maybe a sip just about right here, just right below this neck part, just about right there. And when by the time it hit my lips in my mouth, I felt a warmth like on. It's probably no different than you opening up some cleaning products and you put it to your mouth and maybe your nose burns a little bit, and it smelled heavily of chemicals. And I'm just frustrated at this point. And this is not the first time I've called out a company. I called out Nature's Own as well, and they claimed that they were going to test the product and all that. That's why I'm making this video. See, when I called out Nature's Own, I just made a simple clip, just enough to document it. But this time I'm making a whole fucking video and I'm posting it to my YouTube channel, and then I'm going to share it on social media. What you guys do with the message, that's up to you and how much you love your family. But do not give this juice to your children. Like I said, the lady told me it was normal. It had to do with their farms and it was the soil, but they were working towards improving basically their orchards. And I'm like, oh, so you don't even care about the pesticides and nothing like that? She's like, well, it's just normal. It's in the air that we breathe. Oh, girl, I don't know how you got that job or how you can keep a job like that. You constantly deliver basically bullshit to people. It's not okay. So anyways, after I cracked it open, I took that sip. I didn't take another sip. I put it back down. I said, I'm not going to get back up. I'm just going to keep drinking the water that I keep on my nightstand. And the water, that bottle of grape juice, I may pause it and go get the bottle because it's due to go out. I didn't even dump it out. Like I said, I didn't dump it out because I figured I don't want to deal with it. And I was going to pour it out initially, but I didn't. But it's supposed to go out in tonight's trash for pickup in the rising. So I left it on my nightstand, and for those 7.5 days I hadn't been sleeping well because my stomach was aching all week long. Like I didn't even answer the phone when my aunt called. She's my favorite aunt, and I wouldn't answer the phone for her. I didn't barely text her, and she was concerned about me. I didn't talk to anybody. Like, I just thought I was going to die, and there's something I could do about that. So I left the bottle on my nightstand. I probably slept maybe like 3.5 hours, maybe 4. Well, at least I was in the bed for at least 4 hours, whether if I was sleeping or not. And when I woke up to get up to go to the bathroom to go toss this thing out, pour it down the toilet or whatever, I noticed that there was like a foam or mold inside the city on top of the liquid. You just shake it, and it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, I guess if you would crack open an egg and it's just sitting on top of the liquid. So, and I said, I get that if it was sitting out for a couple of weeks or something like that, but how can that happen in a matter of hours? And that's when I started to look to see. I think I punched in the Google. I think I put in the search engine, why does my juice taste funny, just to see if anything would come up. And that's when I found the class action lawsuit. And it wasn't just one, there's 2. And that's another thing about the representative. She was like, oh, well, I hadn't heard of it. I don't give a damn what you heard about, okay? I kept asking, I said, are you sure this call is being recorded? Yes, it's being recorded. Great. That's all I need you to make sure this call is being recorded, because I didn't tell her that, but I'm going to make sure I post this video. So, and I think I bought like 4 of the 6 packs because I wanted a variety of like just different juices and waters in my fridge, things like that. And I still have, I want to say at least one. I know I have one because I can see it from right here. And then I have, I think one more in the front of my house, like in the kitchen, another 6-pack. So that's 2 that never was ever open. And I said, well, when you guys come get this, you can take it all back with you. And she goes, she says, well, we don't actually give money back. We just give coupon. I don't want a damn thing that Welch's makes. Nothing. You can give me my money back so I can go buy something else that's not contained, that doesn't have poison inside of it. And she says, oh, well, I just found the class action lawsuit that you're speaking of. But that's just because consumers were upset because of, they felt like they were being misled, saying that it was heart healthy. I said, none of this stuff is heart healthy. And if it does benefit your body, it only benefits it like maybe 2 to 3%. It's not, it's just something you drink, it's not, but the other percentage is death in a bottle. And they can say whatever the hell they want to say. And if, like I said, if you don't believe me, you can call them yourself and just tell them, like, hey, yeah, I bought this Welch's grape juice right here, the 100%, and I just noticed that I wasn't feeling well after it. And just, they're going to tell you the same thing, the same exact thing. So I've told my family members so they don't give their children or their grandchildren or anybody else this juice. Do not buy it at all. If you do get it, make sure you smell it first and see what's see what you notice. But I knew something immediately was wrong. Like, as soon as I got sick, I knew something was wrong, because I said I pretty much eat the same thing, like, for the most part. So I said I didn't introduce anything into my life that was different, like nothing. I said something is wrong, and it wasn't until my brain started to feel better, my whole mind, body, and soul started to feel a little bit better, that I could think a little bit more clearly. And I would never forget that. This experience, I would never forget, on top of everything else I have been learning in my life. I would never forget that. When someone tell you that it's normal that they have lead in their product, number one, and that they have arsenic in their product, and they're okay with that shit. It's not okay. And the next day she goes, well, did you seek any medical attention? I don't need to go to the hospital to know that I'm fucking sick. And what they're going to do for me that I can't do in my house, other than they're going to send me back home and say, well, Mrs. Martinez, you probably just need to get some bed rest, and let me write you a prescription for ondansetron or Zofran. Some people know it's basically anti-nausea. I have that. So it took my life being turned upside down, meaning a reboot on my body, that I wasn't scheduled to do a reboot. And it just reminded me that I don't need this stuff. I definitely don't need anything Welch's has to offer. So I hope I covered everything. And like I said, it's a $1.5 million class action lawsuit. Class action lawsuits only, they usually just trigger changes. The people don't actually get anything. And then I read more into where the 1.5 million was distributed. It goes to administration fees, and which is court costs and lawyers, things like that. And then the rest goes to the consumer, which they were willing to give $1 per consumer, but only if you have your receipt. I said, I don't want the money unless you're going to give me the cash. I don't want the money. And I just want the money that I pay for this shit so I can buy the stuff that's not making me sick. Now, you can believe whatever you want to believe. You can take it as a grain of salt. That's up to you. That's your life. Ashe.